Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for our daily devotion. Nyke here with you. Today we're going to be looking at Psalm 62 verses 1 to 2. Let me ask you a couple questions. How long can you sit still before getting restless? Or is your life so busy and filled and chaotic that when you do stop your body, it may still take your soul several hours or even days to catch up with you? Our world today is anything but conducive for moments of quiet, peaceful contemplation, or even conducive for rest. In a world that is filled with constant noise and distractions, and in a world that demands constant attention from you and I, David shows us today in our passage that God is ready and willing to speak to us. But we must choose to stop in the name of rest and to listen. So let's take a look at our passage today. Once again, Psalm 62 verses 1 to 2. For God alone, my soul waits in silence. From him comes my salvation. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be greatly shaken. I think the key thing I want you to see today is that silence. Look at how David began today's psalm. For God alone is my soul waits in silence, and from him comes my salvation. Just yet 2 verses later, his thoughts are shifted to his enemies, who were seeking to destroy him and cause him harm and even dethrone him. So, in combat of that distraction, in verse 5, he says it again, just a little bit different. He says, for God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. Having forced himself to give the Lord his full attention once again, his view of those enemies is radically transformed, as we see when we read verses 8 through 10. Did you know there really is no scriptural guarantee that God will speak directly to you if you try to sit quietly in his presence, even for a couple minutes or moments? But it clearly tells us that by sitting quietly in his presence for those few moments, or Lord willing, even more, we can certainly prepare ourselves to hear from him. Whether that will be through his word and his truth, or simply a Holy Spirit prompting, or just a truth about himself that he lays on our hearts or brings to our minds. And I want to encourage you today to read all of Psalm 62, and you will see that's exactly what happens with David. I want to ask you to take time right now and try it yourself. Sit down, read all of Psalm 62, sit still and ask the Spirit to quiet your heart, and then wait in silence for God alone. Because God is ready, absolutely ready and willing to speak to us. But we must choose first to stop in the name of rest and to listen. And who knows what he might want to tell you today. And let's remember that it's God alone that is our rest. Hey, if any of this was encouraging for you, or you think it might encourage another one, I invite you to please like it and share it with another. You all have a great day.